Hello and welcome. So this is VTA. This is race 7 of the series for on-road. This is for 2001. Here we are. We started number 1. That guy's an amazing driver no matter what. Number 2, that's my buddy Andy. My God, he's getting really good at driving. Way too good, which is actually really fun. And 3rd place, last place, that is my car. I'm driving it. Now, this is actually my worst run. My best run was 2nd qualifier, but I'll show you this one, which happens to be my last one. Right now, it doesn't look that bad. We're all pretty close, but you're going to see I'm going to make some really bad mistakes. I'm even going to put my car on my lid. I actually hit the wall on that turn in the beginning. I'm trying to keep up with my friend here, but I'm not very successful. And the gap's just going to increase. But VTA is still really, really fun. One of the things that I keep mentioning to a variety of people is that VTA, I don't do anywhere close to as well as I do in Eurotruck. Eurotruck, I do pretty good job. Do watch those videos. I do have those videos of me racing Eurotruck for the same series. I drive a Tamiya man truck. Here in VTA, so you can see I'm handling, but the main thing that I want you, notice that mistake right there and the gap it created. So for all of you that are new, if you're just enjoying and you've been racing, I mean, you can tell all the mistakes I'm making here, just the way I'm swerving the car on the straight and not keeping it straight. But it's those little mistakes that just add up and start creating a distance, and that's ultimately what ends up separating the individuals that podium from those that do not. Luckily for me, there's only 3 of us, so I'm going to podium regardless. Well, for this one, but then you have to add the points for the entire series, which, luckily for me, I'm going to end up in 3rd place overall for the series. Whew! How'd I manage? I don't know, but that's another major mistake. So if you account for all of the seconds that one loses from making those little mistakes, that eventually turns into a lap, possibly 2. And one of the things that you're going to notice is I'm about to get lapped by 1st place, which is that blue car right there. It just appeared on camera. That's 2nd place, the other blue car. And that's ultimately what adds up to all of them. Now, I'm not going... These cars are 25.5 turn motors. See there, I'm stuck at the wall. There's no reverse in racing. I got lapped. And that just means that now my friend is going to start catching up to me. You can see his car. That's the one that was toward the left. Here I am trying to catch up to 1st place, hoping that I can get my lap back. And guess what? Not going to happen. Spoiler, he's going to lap me again. But notice if you can see where that car, right there, that blue Mustang, how he is taking the turns versus how I'm taking the turns. Now, though that seemed somewhat similar, not too bad, but if you keep paying attention, that's what ultimately makes the biggest difference. So the lines that you take, that is what gives you sort of invisible speed. Now here, I should brake there, and I brake a little too late, so that I can take that turn at speed, just so I can carry the speed and coast with speed and take that turn. But braking too late, what that ultimately does is it shifts all the weight to the front, so once I initiate the turn, there's no weight to the rear, and it causes the car to spin out. Versus if I brake earlier, where I'm supposed to, by the time I actually start the turn, the weight has evened out and there's weight back on the rear tires, and my car is ready to take more turns. And that's one of the things that on this VTA I have to practice. Now, I will be honest, my worst runs were in other races. This one I did not do as bad. Well, this particular race day, as I mentioned, I did much better in the 2nd qualifier. But I ended up replacing the springs. So for the longest time, I just kept running the stock springs, which I should have replaced a long time ago. And I ended up going with the following spring rate: 2.40 in the rear and 2.65 in the front, and that helped a lot. That's one of the things that's one of the comments the announcer made in the, I believe it was the second qualifier. Yes, the second qualifier, because first qualifier I was still running the stock springs, the ones that came in the kit. And again, this is the end of the series, so those springs have been on there for 7 months, 6 months, whatever the time, too long. Now, I was messing with a lot of the other adjustments, but just didn't replace the springs. I just kept using them. And from my first qualifying laps to my second qualifying laps, I was able to shave off 15 seconds over my entire race, which is a lot because qualifiers are 5 minutes. So 15 seconds, that makes a difference between whether you get 16 laps, 17 laps, 20, 21, however many laps, depends on the vehicle. That's a lot of time shaved. If you're doing 15 laps, that's a second per lap, which is a lot of time. Now there I let car number 1 just pass by. That's one of the reasons why you noticed I slowed down. I'm going to play with the car, but now, look, I'm playing with it. It's on its roof, and so there goes my buddy. Passes me. So all of these mistakes are just killing me completely. If not, I think it would have been a closer race. So if you watch sort of how the race is going to end up, now my understanding, based on what my friend was saying, his motor will begin to fade. And you may notice that. I would like to think that his motor's perfectly fine. It's just my skill that got me closer to him. But unfortunately, as you're going to see, I am not going to be able to get my lap back. So he will have the pride of, he will be able to say that he lapped me in VTA, which is a first. But it doesn't matter if it were the second or third. I still lost. And had I just cleaned up my racing, it would have been a lot better. So if you watch my Euro truck for the same exact day, you will see a huge difference in driving. I actually drove a lot better during that particular race. But I hope you enjoyed. I just love the way these cars look. Please post in the comments, what do you think of the way VTA cars look? If you haven't subscribed already, please go ahead and subscribe. It would really help me out a lot, especially in convincing my wife that I need to invest more in RCs. But the race is coming to an end. Unfortunately, as you're going to see, I am closing the gap and getting my lap back. It's not going to happen. Just spoil it. But look at what happens. Actually, I make another mistake, I believe, over here. Right there. See, too wide of a turn. That got me farther away. But the race is over. Please, well, it will be over the next time, but please comment below. What do you think about these? Also, just subscribe, recommend these videos. It's fun to do VTA, and I'll catch you in the next one. Do watch my other videos with my Euro truck.
What? Oh, my hair! My tongue! My rod!